And here we are. Someone is letting my voice come through, so maybe hopefully you can put yourself on mute and we can get started. A big welcome to everyone to our webinar, and the topic, of course, is the world's best education system. And today we will hear from Finnish teacher and, of course, students who are already in studying Finnish language with us and even in Finland. And we can have a good question and answer session afterwards. So prepare some questions and hopefully you will have plenty of those. Before we start, let's go over through the agenda so that we are online, that what's happening at what points. So everyone can comfortably take a breather if they want at certain time and return to the next segment. A little introduction in the beginning, and then we will quite comfortably slide into the panel discussion when everything will be more relaxed and we are talking with our teacher and our panelists joining this webinar. And then we will jump into information package of a supermassive, amazing education virtual event. And we have our An and Aile to talk about that one. So prepare to do some notes and of course register to our super amazing virtual event. Then we are returning to the Q&A and we can answer some questions. So let's do a little roundup. We have Daisy Marie and Finnish future teacher Alba. So if you guys can say a little hello or moro moro or however it is in your hometown.
Hi everyone. Xin chào.
Hello, xin chào.
Hello.
Hello. And then there's, of course, myself, and I'm Jani Vaalima, head of sales and marketing in Finnish Future. And joining us today is our Tammy and Heimi. Give a little hello.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. Heimi can go first.
Yeah, hi, everyone. I'm Heimi. I'm working in student recruitment. So if I'm working here more like at the background. So if there is anything that you'd like to ask about Finnish Future, go ahead and shoot us in the message. If you're shy, you can always send like direct message. There's that function in Zoom as well, and we will try to answer all of your questions. Enjoy.
Great.
Oh, my turn.
Sorry, Tammy.
It's okay. Hello, everyone. This is the first time that we organize a panel discussion. So we hope that we enjoy the webinar and feel free to ask questions if any. Enjoy the webinar.
Good stuff. Before we go there, few words about Finnish Future because not all might know us. So Finnish Future, what do? We enable students from all over the world to have a possibility to come into Finnish schools and enjoy the best education in the planet. And of course, there's this little thing that if you study in Finland and do it in the Finnish language, it's also tuition free. But before you are eligible into that, you have to learn the Finnish language. And that is where Finnish Future comes in the picture. So our mission pretty much is to enable all thrilled, excited, fantastic students from all over the world to actually become whatever they dream of becoming and might not have all the opportunities back at home. So this is what we are here doing. We are enabling to you to build your own Finnish future through us in Finland. So for high school students and vocational school students, if you are young, just getting started in life, wondering, I want to be a dentist, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a vet, I want to be a doctor, a police, whatever. Finland welcomes everyone, and you have the possibility to become anything, anyone in Finland. And of course, we are not forgetting vocational school students who want to have a change of career, for example. This happened a lot in the world, and we are also there. We are here for everyone. And this is what we are doing. So, without a further ado, let's get the discussion going. I will stop sharing my screen and hopefully remember to do it when we will resume on some other topics. But I will shut this thing now, and hopefully we will have talking heads just showing people so that we can see who is talking. And to kick things forward, the first question is for our teacher Alba and Marie. So, can you share what fascinates you the most about the Finnish education system and its unique qualities? And maybe Marie can get the first answer here.
Hey Marie, you are muted. Hey Marie, you are muted.
Oh my God, sorry, everyone. Oh yeah, so yeah, first thing is that what surprised me the most is Finland provide with free tuition education for Finnish learner program in most of the school, so that education is free at all level for pupils and students. And in at school, another thing that surprised me that a little different from my country is that in Finnish school, they teach us some social subject such as social study or like psychology, which doesn't have in my country. So that I am a little bit interested in business, so that I feel very motivated and engaged when I study social study or yhteiskuntaoppi. And also that to me, the most unique thing about Finland is that human equality is highly appreciated, which is also one of the most unique things in Finnish education, so that everyone can receive the same high quality education. Okay. Thank you.
Very good. And before I have a question about this answer, maybe Alba, maybe you can give a teacher's view on this matter.
Sure. So one of the things that I'm most amazed about the Finnish education system from a teacher's point of view is the way in which you only need to take care, or you only need to care for your students. That is something that we are very probably going to be talking about later on. And also as someone who studied in Finland, being from abroad, probably it is the degree to which or the extent to which you can personalize your education at pretty much any level. And sorry, there was actually a fire alarm and I had to come here somewhere else, but hopefully you hear me.
Yeah, we heard you very well. Keep safe. Don't let the fire alarm you, but stay safe. What I wanted to ask, especially from Marie, is that when you came here, did you feel that there were too many options regarding specialization, like I want to become this, that, or the other? Or did you, when you came here, did you already like have an idea that this is what I want to do? This is what I want to study? Or was it something like totally unexpected?
Oh yeah, thank you for the question. So for me, I haven't set my mind in like a specific subject that I feel interest, but throughout the process of learning in Finland, I have been here for like 6 months, And then I feel after I study with Finnish people and with my Finnish teacher, I feel a little interest in business. So yeah, you can is very interesting that you can like find out yourself when you move here. You don't need to like set up your mind really like strict in your country. So but you can find interest in here.
That is very important to understand, that when you start to study in Finland, you don't have to know everything in advance. There will be lots and lots of opportunities, so don't worry about those things. Everything will go in the right place and right time. But what we hear from our students oftentimes is like the possibilities are unlimited, but we just have to. Everyone has to find their own thing, what they want to specialize and focus in. Another question. This is for Daisy and Marie. How does Finland prioritize student-centered learning? And what impact does approach have on your student outcomes and engagement? And in this question, we are talking about how in Finland, teachers really care what students are, how they learn, what they are learning. So maybe some ideas about this one, or not ideas, but thoughts. How have you experienced it? Perhaps Daisy first this time. Oh, Daisy, you're muted. Oh, you're still muted. Some secret button. Maybe Marie can start with the answer, and then when Daisy finds the unmute.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this question, I feel like Finland have a very like special education that the Finnish learning student can like personalize their learning schedule by their own. So that besides some compulsory courses, student in Finland like can adjust their own learning schedule so that they can focus mostly on their hobbies and interests. They do not have to take everything in advance, but only focus on their hobbies. So at school, we are able to have some meeting with the student council so that they will help us to point out some of the weaknesses, and also that they can understand our strengths and so that we can have a like broad views about our study. So this teaching and study technique in Finland help me a lot, and like it's make me feel more engaged and motivated in my study.
Very good. Does Daisy have microphone?
Okay, I'm good now. Sorry for the technical difficulty.
Good.
All right.
Fantastic.
So, hello everyone. My name is Daisy, and I would like to share my answer for this question. So, I feel like the student-centered learning stems from the student credit system as well, because we are able to choose a wide variety of subjects, and the amount of courses that we take to get enough credits, just like in university. And then when I got into my new courses, my teacher would immediately give me all of the available materials and resources for the courses so that I could freely study them even in my own time, and they're always willing to help me whenever I ask them. Even when I text them late at night, they also respond sometimes. And this benefited me a lot because it helps me become more proactive with my studying, that I realized that, oh, I should study properly and be responsible with my homework and my exams. And the fact that I have so much freedom to study however I want, kind of unintentionally makes me make a lot of good friends that have the same interest in the same fields as me. So it was a really cool experience here.
Thank you. An amazing answers. And myself, I would have million stories, but perhaps I will shut up and ask our teacher, Alba. What makes Finnish teachers highly trained and respected? How does teacher professionalism contribute to the success of the education system? And this question cuts directly to the answers that Marie and Daisy gave.
Yes, and I actually think that it goes both ways too. So the system itself also supports the professionalism and the competence of teachers. So I know that there are amazing teachers all over the world in every single country, and I'm very, very sure that you, the ones watching us at the moment, you have had at least one very, very amazing teacher in your life. The difference is that in Finland, from a systemic level, we aim to support teachers to be their best possible. And that encompasses a lot of things. Well, first of all, the teacher training itself. So in Finland, basically nobody gets to be a recognized teacher, like legally recognized teacher, if you don't have a master's degree. But also the teacher continued education after graduation is very, very important. In Finland, it is actually possible to study to become the teacher of more subjects. So your scope gets sort of widened. But then for me, the most important thing is that in Finland, there is the idea that the teacher knows best what to do and what to teach, how to teach it. So we have a national guideline with like the minimum things that should be taught, but they don't really direct the teacher on what exactly to do. Teachers also are not under the pressure of being a like figure of super authority or super bureaucracy. And then what that causes is that it gives you, like as a teacher, it gives you room to be human, which also means that that gives your students room to be human, which is in the very end the most important thing.
Yeah, we all learn differently, and that is absolutely one of the strengths. And whenever someone asks Finnish Future that what school in Finland is the best school, we can comfortably say it's the one closest to you, because everyone are on equal level. No school, it doesn't matter if you're in a big city or small town, everything is super amazing in that, because we will pay attention to the student. And in this vein, I have a question for Marie. Finland's equitable education system, talking that everything is reasonable. How does Finland ensure, or how do you feel that regardless of your background, country, or whatever social status or something, how have you felt? How have you felt in Finland? Like, is everything on the same level? Like everyone is same value in school? How would you go into that one?
So yeah, firstly, as I experienced that, and I can see that Finland like invest very like heavily in its education system, so that they funding and they gave us like free laptop and some teaching stuff to like to ensure that school have the necessary resources to like provide the high quality education for all students. And the thing that I have said before, that Finland provide free education, so that regardless of your background or my background, like every student are able to go to school and they can receive the same quality of education. And next thing that teacher Alba has said, that in Finland, and like in Finnish education, teacher are required to have master degree, and like they have to like undergo a lot of strict training so that they can have like high qualified. So this ensure the high standard of teaching across all the country, so that regardless of every school in Finland, they do receive their same education, receive the same quality. Yeah, so that every
Thank
student.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I ask all about the next question, maybe a little surprise question to Daisy, that how have you felt when you've come here and talking your ideas about Finnish schools? How do you see this thing? Like, can you agree, or maybe like have an alternative opinion or something? Because we want to hear from our students, because that's we want to have open discussion and understanding that this is who we are, this is what we are. So some experiences maybe.
Okay. Thank you so much for the question. I'll be answering it. So personally, when I first experienced the Finnish education system, there were many surprises because even though I studied in an international school in Vietnam, it was like there were quite a lot of differences, especially in the sense that how much freedom I have. For example, I can choose a wide variety of subjects that I really like. And even I could even take philosophy, which is something that I didn't get to do in Vietnam, and I was actually really interested in it. And so, and furthermore, it's like the independent studying also helps me a lot because I don't really study well at school. If I'm gonna be honest, it's hard for me to understand my teacher's teaching, and I have to actually do the exercises myself, watch YouTube videos in order to understand the material more. So the fact that I have so much freedom in whatever I want to learn feels really good, I think. And it also makes me more responsible with my studying overall. So I feel like the Finnish education system is really, really good. Personally, I think it's the best.
That's a good thing to hear, and I'm always so happy when everyone says that they have freedom to study and they have freedom to study the subjects that they want. And this leads that they have a dream that I want to become this and that, and if I want to study in a university, and they have they have the possibility to really become like anyone, anything. And like you mentioned, you have this also responsibility to do the study. So that's also something that our students learn. They will take responsibility more and become more ready for the working life and things after schools and such. But Alba, are you in a safe place or still running away from the fire?
Yes, I'm coming back. It's over now. False alarm.
So, false alarm, that's a good one. What about teachers? Like Finland has a flexible curriculum in school. What does a teacher think about this one? So how does this flexibility benefit the students from your point of view, or even like the teachers themselves? And what is your grasp of this on this topic?
Yes. So actually, flexibility does not mean that you can do pretty much whatever you want whenever you want. It means more that you have the freedom to focus more on what you're good at and make it even better, rather than, as they do in many places, just focusing all the time on like sanding away your weaknesses. Then when you're flexible enough, you can make the choice of focusing on what you're good at and what you really want to do, because that means that you will do your best and you will be your best. And that's applicable both for students and teachers alike, I would say. From a student point of view, it's the freedom to choose their path. And from a teacher's point of view, is the freedom to give each student what you think they need best.
Good. Maybe we can pick this conversation after some amazing information about an event that we have our Anne and Aile here to talk about, and I will share the screen in a moment. So stay on, think about some questions. We will go into Q&A, and hopefully Daisy and Marie and Alba will be able to join us in the end of the webinar so we can discuss a bit more if people have questions. But this webinar, for example, is a super fast, quick webinar. We make these very quickly available. So everyone should join the next webinar. Be mindful about that because we are telling more and more about our amazing virtual education summit. And to carry those details, I will share my screen. One moment on, and I will unleash you. Here we go. And just give me a little yell when I will go to the next screen. Oh, you're muted if someone is talking.
Hi, sorry, I tried to unmute myself. Can you hear me now?
No, yes, very good.
Yeah, okay. So hi everyone, I'm Ale and I'm currently role hacker at Finnish Future. And today I'm and Ang, my team member, gonna walk you through about the Virtual Education Summit, which is VES 24, and which is also one of our biggest event hosted by Finnish Future this year. So a brief introduction about VES 24, this is an online event aiming to connect students and organizations around the world who share the same interest in living and studying in Finland, Finnish education. Yes, next slide, please. So via this summit, we would like to invite 1,000 new prospective students around the world to join us, including current 700 Finnish students and more than 50 plus Finnish high school and vocational school and more of our networking partners. So all together, the big groups of people and organizations we join the summit share the interest in the same topic, which is Finnish education. So mark the day in your calendar, which is March 13, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Finland time. And the event will be located in the Room Events platform, which I will introduce you briefly later on. And English will be our main communication language. Next slide, please. So within the event, you can join parallel section in 6 main stages. And we also have interactive workshops, including trial Finnish classes, school tour, mentoring, and organization and communities for students. And you can also create or get technical support throughout the event by joining the info booth and live support right in the same platform, which you will get a better idea when you register into the Room platform. Next slide. So why you should join us? By joining us, you can get a sneak peek into the vibrant world of Finnish education, ranging from the professional, the educators, and now Finnish future students who already experienced their living and studying in Finland. And you can also have the chance to meet one-on-one with your interested school, get to know their programs, their life, city life, their student success story, and more. And beside that, you can also connect with our Finnish Future alumni to listen to their story and experience about what they've been thinking and experience in Finland, and also get support from student communities and organizations in Finland. Yes, next slide. So in other words, by joining event, you can explore like various Finnish school stands, and you can have a chance to showcase your skill so that you can gain advantage when applying for the school that you would like to. And yeah, learn from other alumni real story and be prepared for yourself before you come to study in Finland and connect with other peers, educators, and student community in Finland. Yes, next slide, please. So in order to join the summit, you are asked to register to the Room event platform, which the link is right here, and our team member already posted in the chat box. And you need to create your profile to be able to join the event. And this is the interface you will see when you create your profile. Next slide, please. This is the interface. So after you register your email and password, you're asked to create your own profile, which including your phone number, basic information about you. For example, in the company section, you can add your school name, and job title could be student, and just forget the website and then click next. Next slide, please. And after that, you are asked to include the information of what you are offering to the summit. For example, if you are offering a vibe, energetic personality, then you just type it out right there. And at the same time, what are you seeking from the summit? For example, information about Finnish high school. And if you have other social media, feel free to add there. So all the attendees or school can get a better understanding about yourself. And after that, you need to select your own title of the event attendees. For example, in this case, student. And next, please. So after you already set up your profile, you're gonna directly automatically directed to the lobby section where you can see more information about the events, the sections, and you can see there are 4 main tabs like lobby, networking, expo, and programs. So feel free to explore these tabs and prepare yourself before the event so that you can utilize your best to network with the school, with the personnel that you would like to connect closely. Yes, next slide, please. So in this summit, we will have parallel sections. The first common section will be will require you to join with the Zoom link. We will have further instruction later on in the platform. So for now, we have 4 main themes, including vocational, Finland from student perspective, university in Finland, and student communities. So each section will have professional or experienced person share their thoughts about the topics. And if you have any question, just feel free to ask them there or connect with them later on for better information. And the second parallel sections, including the trial class, school tours, mentoring, communities, which will last simultaneously for 3 hours. And within this section, you will have to grab a seat to join the booth with information I will introduce better in more detail in the next slide. Next slide, please. So this is the example of a booth. You will see that there will be several booths, for example, from school, from student communities, and their name information will included in the banners. So you can clearly see the school name and their offer programs right there. So if you're interested in that school, you just need to grab the seat to join. And yeah, that's it. And one booth will include 1 table and a seat. So please be mindful that after you gather all necessary information, please move on to explore other booths, as we have varieties of different booths for you to explore. So all the attendees that interested in the same booth, they can have a chance to register and participate. Yes, next slide. Yeah, and that's it. And we are excited to see you at VSE 24. For more information, you can just find more on our website and register in the link right here. And here are the QR code for you to better register. Yeah, see you.
Thank you, Aile. And I would love to emphasize that the Virtual Education Summit is a fantastic event that we will have 4 times in a year. And we will involve schools and teachers and students there so that whenever you are coming to this education summit, you can ask questions and speak directly to people other than salespeople. So you can talk genuinely with our students and ask the schools great many things. And I will also put to the chat the link to our schools, like partner schools, Finnish Future schools, so you can see how many schools we have, and some of the schools will join these events. Like the next one will be joined a group of schools, then the next one will be joined some others. But we also want to make everyone who comes to these virtual summits that they have the opportunity to ask and talk directly to the school people and ask what is the life like in that city, town, or region, because life is not just about studying, even though that's important, and that is why people are one of the reasons that people are coming to Finland is because of our fantastic education system. But also the other opportunities for hobbies, to make friends and see the community. If the school is near a lake, if the school is near the coast area, or like the ski resort in Lapland or something like that. So that is absolutely the best place to come and ask some direct questions, because you have people who are living at the location of the school. So there is a link, and I will also, if you allow me to write it on the chat. No, I was talking to Marie for directly, but I will go put it to everyone in the future. So that is a list of our partner schools, and we are getting more and more schools every day. And there is certainly something for someone. And you have to join the event to ask to talk directly to the schools, because they are the best to talk with potential students, which effectively is you guys, everyone in this meeting. Well, not everyone. Well, maybe myself too, but you have to be the one to take the lead, to bring the discussion into your terms and ask about the things that is important to yourself. So absolutely register and share the link to a friend. Come to Finland, apply into our schools together, and the more the merrier. And Q&A. Have we had questions in the chat, or have I been super duper clear for once in my life? Is there a question here? Maybe someone can write a question if they want to. Yeah, there is a question directed to me. After the meeting, can we get the recording? Yes, it's available in our Facebook page, and you can definitely watch it again and get the links from there, but don't forget to do it. Don't set it too far ahead, like I will do this tomorrow. Then suddenly you have a fire alarm or something else happens and you forget it. Just make sure that you have proper time to click the links and register and start really asking the questions that is important to you. Sorry. Maybe I will ask our panelists and about some case examples. So Marie, do you have something like an example of this to expand perhaps on the questions like before, like coming to Finland to study and finding out that you can actually decide yourself like what to study? Have there been like moments of when you have realized, okay, I can pretty much focus on anything that I want that I couldn't back at home? Do you remember like some cases like that?
Well, let me think a little about that. Well, actually, before heading to Finland, I haven't set my mind into like a specific things that I interest. I just like, oh, this is gonna be my favorite. But when I move here and I know that I can uh focus on what I like, and I can adjust my schedule to be focused on my hobbies and my interests. And then I think that, and I research about the Finnish university and some major that I interest in, and then I just basically focus on the subject that I feel that I'm happy when I'm studying them, and prepare for my major in the future.
A quick continuation question. You don't get away so easily, Marie, and maybe Daisy can answer afterwards. What about the guidance counselors? Because in Finland, we have people in schools whose job is to help you to make sure that you understand what you want to study and how to study and where to study, and perhaps even guide a bit about the hobbies and things like that. So, have you had experiences yet with the guidance counselors, or as we call them in Finland, OPO? They are the like student super friends in many schools, and they can definitely be helpful. How do you feel about that one?
Oh yeah, I just experienced the student council Oppo last month when I feel lost, a little bit lost when I'm choosing my schedule. And when I meet the Oppo, that she helped me a lot, and she asked what do I feel happy when I study, what subject do I like, and what is my difficulties. And then after that, she helped me to find out my interest and my strength, and like she improved my strengthness, and also that she helped me to like how to deal with my weaknesses, how to deal with those difficult subjects that I have to like take the compulsory courses. So yeah, basically if you have any like hard and like question about school stuff, you can meet student council and they will like help you with their best to find out the solution. I feel very like happy when I meet them and feel very like relaxed after all.
What about you, Daisy? Do you have some kind of experiences with student councils?
Yes, I do. In my school, actually, we have OPPO classes a few times a year with our principal. Our principal is our OPPO counselor, even though we also have another special list counselor here. So during my first year of high school, the principal would always host OPPO classes to explain to us about the system in the school, the schedules, the needed mandatory courses that we need to take. And then we also got some help in terms of like the suggestions for the matriculation exam. So I also met her recently, so she could help me on what subjects I should take for the matriculation exam, because I actually don't struggle with not being able to find what I'm interested in, because I already know what I like before coming to Finland, which is wildlife biology and zoology, which is what I like.
Oh,
So yeah, she suggested when I took the upper class, she suggested, oh, you should go to Helsinki to study wildlife biology, veterinary. And I found it really cool because she seemed really interested when I tell her all of that, because when I was in Vietnam, whenever I tell other people about it, they were just like, oh yeah, that's cool. I feel a lot of support from my principal, like a lot. She's really kind. And she gives really helpful advices about the exams as well.
that's super nice to hear. I made a little error. I was referring to guidance counselor when I said student councils. Do either of your schools have student councils, like other students who promote the benefit of students? Not all schools might have those, but most have. Do you have those at your school?
My school has that. One of my friends is actually a council member.
Oh, that's cool. What
Yeah.
about you, Marie?
Yeah, at my school, there's have that too. And they
Yeah.
very help.
Yeah, and the student council is pretty much like elected, or someone is can volunteer, and they will together think about how to make the school more fun place, how to have subject perhaps that wouldn't be available in the previous year, or collaborate something with, for example, the swimming hall or libraries in the city. So they are there also to help the students. So they are pretty much one of the many ways that a student in Finland can affect how well they are, spend time in schools. But very good experiences from you guys. I have a question here. What was asked from me directly is that this is perhaps Alba, your field of expertise. Is it possible to finish the adult high school in Finland in 1 year or 3 year, or how is it like the adult vocational side of things? What could you tell here from a teacher's point of view? Is Alba here or not hopefully in the fire? Oh, she must have dropped out. Hopefully not in the fire.
Oh, I
Okie doke.
see that Alba text in the chat box saying that her phone and video are blocked by the host. I'm not sure what she means, but maybe you can just give her
Okay.
the host
I will have
right
to
or the
find her.
co-host right. I'm not sure.
Good. I will need to find her from the billion people in the meeting. One moment. Where is it? Can you, Tammy, find her?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, Albert, I believe you can unmute yourself now.
Yes, I think you can see and hear me now.
Good.
Great.
Yep.
So I'm just checking. So the question was about adult education and how fast it is possible to complete it, right?
Yeah, adult high school, really.
Yes.
It's maybe you can give an overview because that's your field of specialty.
Yeah, so sorry. For adult high school, it also goes very, very flexibly, just the way vocational school goes. Now, it is possible to do everything in 1 year. It's not the most common one, but the good thing about high schools and especially adult high schools is that you can like pick and choose what you want to take and in which order. So depending on what the school is offering, if you manage to get the schedules, then it is possible in theory. Sometimes the schedules do not allow it because you have to attend like 2 classes and they are at the same time. So unfortunately, that in that way you cannot like divide yourself into 2. But there's really nothing limiting how fast you can go as long as you do all the parts that you have to do. Oftentimes they also ask about vocational school, and it's pretty much the same. So there is not a limit on how fast or how slow you're allowed to go. There is an average time or a recommendation time, which is what most of the students end up doing. And it's what the school's planning is based on. But that also depends on how you manage your time.
Yeah, and I think that Daisy and Marie talked about how the guidance counselors or principals can guide anyone further in their studies, and they have to sort of see where they are going. If they are going for a university, and if they have to match like their own studies in this regard, so that they are not overworked, they have to take care of themselves. And a lot of our, of course, education system overall focuses on student well-being, and that's all one of the aspects for our students to have a successful education in Finland. Also, it's required from the teachers that they pay attention to when a student is overworked, and they can make recommendation that, okay, you are failing forwards, take a breather, calm down, and look at where you are going, and is it realistic? So well-being is, of course, something that's very high on the agenda. Alba.
Yes, and probably you guys have heard about how the Finnish educational system has no dead ends, right? Which means that if you choose something that you're not so happy about, you can always change. that is not going to close any possibility out, and it works both ways. With this, I'm also meaning that when moving to Finland, I would keep my plans and my mind open. Even though it is pretty much possible to do it in like 2 years, which is like earlier than usual, or to extend it for 4 years if needed. Like there's a lot of flexibility there. I would really recommend you not to come with a set mindset that I want to take an X amount of years. Take it easy. Watch one thing at the time, because then if you make a choice that you don't feel so good about, then you can always change, and that's going to be completely okay. That's not going to close you away from absolutely anything.
And I loved how you said it, that there are no dead ends in our education system. And that is absolutely the truth. You can do everything, you can do anything, but you really shouldn't try to do everything. And this sort of like always, the teacher will ask that, okay, if you take these subjects, you could become this or that, and the options are there for you to become like where you want to go. But also understand that you can make, well, not mistake, but you can study for something and then benefit for those studies if you adjust what you want to study for. And you can absolutely benefit and make it easier to start if you want to change a career. Many of my friends have, for example, switched careers. They have studied to become like business something, and then they want to work in science or something else. They have benefited from those studies a lot, so the program will be shorter for them. Rather than the usual 3 years or 4 years or whatever, they can benefit. So it's always like case by case, but there is no such thing as waste. Oh, I'm muted. I don't wonder how long I was muted, but yeah, my point came across. Do we have more questions? We still have 3 minutes until we are effectively closing this one in. Tammy, when was the next webinar? Remember to invite your friend there and join that one too. Isn't it 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
2 weeks. It's on the 6th of February.
Very good. And we will continue to elaborate on the Virtual Education Summit, like what is the actual benefit, and you can get a better understanding how to ask what kind of questions in there. So that is absolutely there. And also, I'm sharing Heimi contact here. Absolutely contact her with questions regarding studying the Finnish language with Finnish Future, and how would you go from school and apply to schools and talk about your own Finnish Future with us. But seeing that we don't have that many questions, I think we can wrap this one up, unless our panelists want to say anything else than moro moro, terve, hei, nähdään, or something in the Finnish language. And we can, everyone, start orienting ourselves to the supper time. Is it like moro moro?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Kiitos kaikille.
Thank you.
See ya. Thank you, everyone.